Hi there. Thanks for tuning in to Make This Happen, where we discuss an idea we've been dying to see come alive. Every week, my friend Alex Gonzalez and myself, Jay Yee, will bring you a product you never knew you needed. Now, let's get started with my idea of the week. Scales, not weights, but scales that do weights.
Yeah.
This is an idea that I got in the middle of a discussion I think we had during a Make This Happen. And so this was already talked about before, but we didn't fill it out.
So there's a hidden kernel in a previous Make This Happen that you might want to listen to if you want the full context of Make This Happen. Right. Although this can be a standalone episode.
Also, I don't know what episode to turn you to be able to hear that. So just gonna listen to all 48 of them. I don't even know. But right. I want to make an app for your smart device, and I think iPhone already has some technology. So this isn't.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. This has been an idea that you have talked about for quite a while. For as long as I've known you. Yes, I don't want to guess it to steal your thunder, but you brought this up in at least 3 different conversations we've been.
I don't know, but we'll see. Okay. We'll see. This is something that Apple kind of has some technology towards, but I don't think they've fully put it in there. So this would have to be a tech. I would imagine the next iPhone just comes with this, and it's just it's a baked-in app for your phone that just comes with every iPhone from then on. And I want it to be an app where you are cooking and you need 16 ounces of simple syrup. I don't know. I work at a cafe, so that's the first thing that happened to come to my head.
Yeah, go for it.
And so you put a picture onto your phone, and then it automatically opens up this app because you're putting weight on your phone, and it tears it to 0, whatever you put on. And so whatever you put on your phone, it's automatic 0. And then you could fill up whatever you put onto your phone, and then the weight will go up on your phone. So you could weigh things with your phone. What do you think?
This is an idea. I knew it. This is an idea that we have actually talked about in the course of our friendship at least 3 different times.
Really? I don't remember any of those times except for once.
And you've had this kicking around your head for quite a while.
That's funny.
And the first thing I always say is, do you think that people are going to spill on their phones and or break them by putting something too heavy? We should definitely have a disclaimer. Hey, the phone can only absorb this amount of weight without a case.
Yes.
Maybe we should sell a case with it.
I definitely think that it is only up to I want to say 5 to 10 pounds, which is, I think, normal for smaller scales. Yeah. I think 5 pounds is pretty standard. I want to say it's not like you're gonna weigh a watermelon or anything, and I don't even think watermelons are 5 pounds.
And how the hell would you? And then you'd have to center all of that weight on your phone, so it wouldn't work too well. I see what you mean. For doing salt, seasonings, you could weigh them out.
I mean, I would weigh out making coffee. That's what I would use it mainly for, is making sure my pour over coffee is the exact weight and exact amount of water, exact amount of coffee grinds and everything. Because you could do it by volume, but coffee grounds weigh differently depending on roast to roast. It's not like one coffee bean always weighs a certain weight. Depending on how you roast it, it changes weight. So weight is the best way to measure out coffee. And so when I'm making my pour over, it'd be great if I had an easy access to a scale without having to buy an actual scale. If I could just scale it right on my phone, and the reason why I think Apple could do it is because they already have Force Touch. So they have something on the screen that could sense
different pressures on the screen.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Also, Apple already in-bakes certain things on their phone. Like there's like an equilibrium on your iPhone where you put it on a surface and it tells you if it's flat or not. There's a compass that's automatically on, but that's been around forever. But a newer one is there's a measuring tape on your phone, a ruler. I don't know how well it works because it's all AR tech, but you could put your camera or measure phone camera on something, and it'll tell you approximately how long it is, and so there's a lot of like things like that I think Apple is already working towards, where your phone is a utility. It's a utility device.
Yeah.
That's useful for multiple different functions. Yeah, kind of like a digital Swedish knife. Is that what they're called? That's not what they're called.
Swiss Army knife.
Swiss knife. Swiss Army knife, not a Swedish.
And between the two of us, you get more. I get the names of characters wrong all the time, and you get the names of things wrong all the time.
Yeah.
Together, we can help each other, or we just don't know anything.
Exactly.
I think it's pretty good. I would want to. On top of that, since we're the app developer and Apple's eventually going to steal this and just make it part of its own home and then make us useless. Like, remember the flashlight apps? Do you remember those?
Oh, yeah. Totally forgot that was a thing.
Yeah. So I'd want to sell products that clip onto the phone or make it easier to weigh things in the phone, like little bowls that clip onto the sides of the phone, stuff like that, so that you could definitely weigh everything, but it would stay secure. So you could do liquids, and stuff of that nature. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't think it needs to even be an accessory with the app. I feel like if you're starting to weigh these things, you should already have measuring cups at home for you to use. I think a better like product, like a hard product we could sell with this would be not a case, but you know how there's iHomes where you stick your phone into a thing and then it works with whatever your phone is, but it'll be like an iWeight deal where you put it in and then it's a flatter surface that's a lot bigger, but the whole thing is just its own scale. So then you can do like heavier stuff.
It would be great if that stuff was integrated directly into something like MyFitnessPal, where it works together, where then you can dump those measurements in for calorie tracking.
And I think at that point, you're not actually using the phone as a scale, but I think the scale app would have its own unique things you could do with it, where like you could do comparison. Like if you start using it as a weight tracking app, you could just compare it between days, months, whatever you want. And then, it talks and communicates with the health app. And so you're already putting in a lot of information. And eventually it could be used as this thing I'm talking about. I guess it'd be called like the iBalance or something, where it's like a balance board and you could use it for different balancing techniques and stuff like that. And it will tell you like where you're putting too much pressure, where you're not putting enough pressure, all that type of stuff.
That works. Do you think someone is still going to stand on their phone even after all of the warnings?
I think it'll go the same way as all the other apps I mentioned, like the measuring app and stuff, where most people forget it's even on there. Like they don't even realize that they have this ability with their smartphone. But I think there will be a person or two that will try to weigh themselves without the proper balance, the iBalance or whatever you're going to call that thing. The Wii Fitness board, the Apple Fitness board.
Yeah, we can't call it anything like that. No Apple Fitness board, no iBalance, because that'll make you presume that you're supposed to balance with it, and you are definitely not.
Yeah, and I also think they got rid of the I nomenclature a long time ago.
They did.
Yeah. But most definitely, I think it could be. It starts off as like a kitchen use item, but we could have attachments where it eventually becomes a balance board or like a yoga board or something like that. What's up?
And not take it like this is going to be the app that's used by drug dealers everywhere.
Oh, 100%.
Okay,
100%.
I was kind of skirting around it. I was holding back just a little bit, and then I just had to be like, yo, if some dude's in a car and they're selling pot, they're going to throw a couple nuggies on the iBalance app. Make sure it's an eighth and be like, here you go, bro. See, we're all good.
Not just that, but it's going to help prevent getting gypped off your street wares.
Oh, yeah, and then the other guy can definitely be like, thank you. I trust this app.
Or it's more like someone tries to sell you something. It's like, put that shit on my phone. Let me see if it's actually an eighth. What are you trying to jip me 2 ounces?
You order your quarter pounder from McDonald's. You immediately put it on your phone. And you're like, is this before cooking? Is it?
Like, just take the patty out and just throw it onto your phone, like without a fucking screen protector or anything.
While looking at them. I think
Apple.
it'll go for it.
Or no. What are you going to say? Complete your thought.
I was just like, this will turn into very many funny TikToks if it were just to come out randomly and announced.
Yeah. I mean, they wouldn't do
also,
I guess they would, but the camera
disgusting things, trends. I know what's going to happen with teenagers. They're going to weigh their boobs. They're going to weigh their balls. They're going to weigh, all the private parts.
Weigh their head. Now that joke, I know how much my head weighs or whatever from whatever cartoon I saw that from.
Yep.
Will make more sense and not funny because now you can actually weigh your head. But yeah, Macintosh, make this happen. Thanks for listening. If you have any ideas or suggestions you'd like to see talked about, feel free to write in at @poundgames@gmail.com. We have a Patreon. If you'd like to join the @Pound family, come find us at patreon.com/wearenotgamedevs. Patrons receive episodes 2 days early, meaning Make This Happen gets to your ears that much sooner. If you enjoyed our show, take a second to give us a review. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, Play Store, and more. Catch you guys next Sunday with Alex's idea.
Pill bottles.
Pill bottles. Going with that drug theme.
And it was at around episode. What episode? So, what episode are we on right now? And it was around to this episode that we decided to take a dark turn.
Make This Happen becomes
a drug show.
Yeah,
that's where we find our success. They're like,
Yeah.
did you guys know Make This Happen didn't used to be about drugs? What?
Make this drug happen next time. Make speed better.
And it would make trichomes prettier.